Mr. President, sir, the Prime Minister of Canada is here to see you.
Mr. President, why are you placing these new tariffs on Canada? What are you, some kind of dictator from the Middle East? The people of Canada will not be devalued like this.
Come on, you don't want me to bomb you like I did Iraq? A dictator from the Middle East? Hey, relax, guy. I'm just your average Joe. Take a rest.
I thought you just bombed Iran.
Iraq, what the hell's the difference? Relax, guy.
What happens when a cartoon labels Trump Donnie Diapers and puts him in bed with Satan? South Park's latest episode didn't just poke fun, it incited rage, shock, and laughter across the internet. And wait until you hear how the White House called the show irrelevant, only to make it trend even more. This video breaks down the absurdity, the irony, and why Trump is suddenly battling both Satan and South Park. Before we continue, if you appreciate this content, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe. It's free and it helps our channel grow. Thank you. Now back to the video. What happens when South Park decides to throw Donald Trump's sorry Donnie Diapers into bed with Satan? Chaos. That's what happens. No, seriously, in the most recent episode, they did exactly that. They put Trump and Satan under the same sheets like some twisted odd couple, but instead of pillow talk, they're arguing. About what, you ask? Memes, power, dominance. Pretty fitting topics for Satan, honestly.
Oh my God.
Did you see the South Park episode?
Which one?
They did a Donald Trump one with Satan.
No.
It's
Oh, okay.
This Trump and bed with Satan.
Satan's back.
Satan's upset at Trump.
It's a great show, but I haven't seen that episode.
When you think, like Bridget Fedesi had a funny quote, like when you think that they have reached the bottom of the highest level of not giving a fuck, they reach unseen levels.
Yeah, I love the show. Is fantastic. I raised my 3 boys on that show, much to my wife's horror.
The episode kicks off with a hilarious premise. Trump's in hell naturally, but instead of taking it like a man, or even like a toddler, he's busy trying to out-ego Satan himself. Let's face it, this wasn't satire playing it subtle. It was South Park putting both barrels into Trump and daring anyone to look away. And trust me, no one did. And here's where things got spicy. Trump supporters, they were not laughing. Immediately after the episode aired, a wave of online outrage erupted from the MAGA crowd. The hashtags practically wrote themselves. Cancel South Park.
Also, as a person who likes Donald Trump, who understands how he won, who understands how he lost, and then understands how he won again, the South Park thing was hilarious. It was really funny. South Park, which is a pretty blue show, pretty MA, pretty R-rated at times, and watching the straight-laced people on the news in the United States where you cannot say a swear, how do they describe what was a pretty blue episode? Had a previous relationship with Saddam. It's a cartoon. Previous relationship with. I love the way they do it.
Disrespectful, fake news. It's almost as if they conveniently forgot that the show's entire brand is being disrespectful. But hold on to your red hats, because even the White House got in on the action. Yes, someone in Biden's administration, because apparently we're all living in a simulation now, actually issued a statement dismissing South Park of all things as irrelevant. First of all, what a bold strategy, calling one of the most enduring and culturally dominant shows irrelevant, especially after it just aired an episode that the entire internet couldn't stop sharing. Yeah, good luck with that. Predictably irrelevant turned into a trending topic alongside Donnie Diapers and Satan sheets. If we zoom out a bit though, there's more to this than just hilarious insults and flaming Twitter wars.
Today, a White House spokesperson issued a statement saying in part, quote, South Park hasn't been relevant for more than 20 years. Comedy Central South Park was created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. The season premiere of the show last night included a scene of President Donald Trump lying in bed with Satan. It went on to say the fourth-rate show was hanging on by a thread by uninspired ideas in an attempt for attention. The show's parent company, Paramount, has not issued a response.
South Park has been mocking the powerful since its first days on air. Back in the early 2000s, they even tackled George W. Bush and Al Gore in ways that were just as biting. Man, bear, pig, anyone? But with Trump, it feels different. This wasn't just about power. It was about the absurdity of his entire persona. The diaper jokes, the petulance, the way he's portrayed as incapable of existing without being the loudest person in the room. They've taken the most exaggerated image people people have of Trump and blown it up in neon lights. Compare this to their parody of Hillary Clinton in the same timeline. They went after her emails, sure, but it was nowhere near as personal. With Trump, the satire doesn't just show his flaws, it holds them up like carnival mirrors. The deep, fake desert scene especially stands out because it wasn't just for laughs. It played on every trope Trump has leaned into over the years. The image of him as a nomad, lost without the adoration of his followers. No suit, no podium, just an old man ranting about his stolen glory. For many viewers, it hit a nerve because it had just enough surreal truth to feel uncomfortable. If South Park's goal was to leave Trump supporters fuming and everyone else howling, they nailed it. But then the White House statement came out and things moved from satire to straight up irony.
Back at Comedy Central South Park after the season premiere, the episode Wednesday included a scene showing President Trump lying in bed with Satan, who also had a previous relationship with Saddam Hussein, on the show.
Also, the creators at San Diego Comic-Con, which has just finished, well, they had this to say after the outrage. One of the reasons they don't care, they just signed a deal for $1.5 billion to make sure that the cartoon, like the one that came out last week, will be in the place where you can watch it in the United States and around the world.
The brilliance of South Park's satire is how it forces reactions from even the people it's mocking. Dismissing them as irrelevant only made the entire situation blow up bigger, with people rushing to stream the episode just to see what all the fuss was about. Within hours of the statement, South Park clips were everywhere. Memes of Donnie diapers and the Satan bed sign swept TikTok, Instagram, and everywhere else. The more the White House tried to brush it off, the worse it became. At that point, South Park wasn't the one taking the hit. It was the people who had tried to act like the episode had no impact. And here's the kicker. The more the MAGA folks complained, the more they unintentionally boosted the episode. South Park didn't just roast Trump and his supporters, they tricked them into promoting it. That's the ironic genius of satire. The harder you fight it, the stronger and funnier it becomes. Even Joe Rogan, someone Trump would probably consider an ally, got in on the action. And trust me, when Joe Rogan laughs, the dominoes usually keep falling. What's more brutal than being mocked by a cartoon? How about having someone who once gave you the mic laugh right along with it? Enter Joe Rogan, the unapologetic podcaster with a knack for saying whatever will get people talking. After South Park's episode skewered Trump as Donnie diapers and threw him into bed with Satan, Rogan didn't just chuckle privately. Nope. He went on air, called the whole thing fucking hilarious, and praised the show for its sharp satire. For someone who once had Trump as a guest and didn't exactly shy away from boosting his voice, this reaction was like a spotlight on the joke from an unexpected direction. Let's break that down. For Trump, image is everything. The tough talk billionaire, the headline dominating former president, he's built his brand on always winning and being too important to ridicule.
Hey, what the fuck is this, better?
This is the painting you asked for, sir.
Why is my dick so small?
But that's the size it is in the photo.
Get this guy out of here! Nobody makes fun of me and gets away with it! Hey, Satan!
I don't want to right now.
Ah, come on, Satan. You know you can't resist this.
I can't even see anything, it's so small.
Hey, I'll fucking sue you!
God, fuck you!
Ah, come on, Satan. Don't be like that.
So when South Park drags him into an absurd storyline about hell, diapers, and naked desert rambling, sure, it lands a punch. But when Rogan, a cultural heavyweight with millions of devoted listeners, many of whom overlap with Trump's base, calls the episode fantastic, it's not just another guy laughing at you. If this were high school, it's like realizing the cool kid you thought was your buddy is snickering along with the bullies at lunch. It's the kind of thing that sticks, that leaves not just a bruise, but a lasting sting. And Rogan didn't stop at just laughing. He outright celebrated the mockery. I got to love it, he said, adding he raised his 3 boys on the show. That's a big statement because it wasn't just, oh, that was funny. It was more like giving South Park a standing ovation for their epic takedown. And because Rogan is Rogan, his reaction reached farther than your typical pop culture commentary. The guy's influence is no joke. His audience isn't some niche crowd, it's huge. We're talking everyday folks, fitness guys, conspiracy theorists, political junkies, and even fans of psychedelic conversations. When Rogan claps for South Park taking on Trump, he doesn't just invite his listeners to laugh at the absurdity, he implicitly tells them it's okay to to find Trump ridiculous. Imagine what this must feel like for Trump. He's already painted as this diaper-wearing, tantrum-throwing character in the South Park episode, and now Rogan, someone who previously showed respect for him, joins in, adding credibility to the joke. This wasn't just a crack about Trump being bad at politics. It was poking fun at the very core of his brand, that larger-than-life, can't-be-mocked persona he's tried so hard to curate. And the fact that Rogan, of all people, someone with a history of pushing away the so-called mainstream media Trump loves to hate, found it not only hilarious but worth amplifying, that's got to burn. Satire works because it cuts through the noise. It highlights the absurdity of the powerful in ways that facts alone can't. South Park isn't just funny, it's a reminder that even the most untouchable figures can be brought down to earth, or in this case, to hell. Mocking Trump as Donnie Diapers may not change the world, but it makes those in power squirm. And that discomfort, it's worth watching. If a cartoon can take on presidents, Satan, and its own network in one episode, who's next? South Park always finds a target, and we'll all be laughing when they do.